Right, so I think let's start with OK Bears because they've been making a lot of waves lately in the Solana world, and that's spilt over into the Ethereum world, right? Um, and that alone is quite bullish for me because OK Bears is the single only project on Solana that has been able to get ETH's attention. Okay, so that's bullish. That just in and of itself, that's bullish. Okay, so every alpha group I'm in is starting to look into Solana. I launched a Solana alpha channel in the NFT show Discord today as well. Um, because these guys have shown us that a Solana project can make waves, and I think the fact that it's such a bear market at the moment, but these have been so bullish is quite incredible. So let's try to figure this out and see what's going on here. But yeah, Solana project. Usually for Solana, we would go on to Magic Eden. Here you see them on the Magic Eden marketplace over here. But recently, OpenSea allowed for Solana projects on OpenSea. It's still in beta, the Solana side of OpenSea. I think that also played into this. This was really the first successful mint when OpenSea had Solana, right? So when OpenSea moved over to Solana a couple of weeks ago, or allowed Solana on their platform, all of those were existing projects. But this was the first really successful new project, and obviously that's catching the attention of Ethereum people. Because when I'm looking here as an Ethereum guy, I'm seeing Solana projects and I'm starting to think what's going on here. So I think all of this plays into it. I think it's really, perfect timing, right place, right time. On top of that, if we have a look at the art, the artwork is very clean, and everyone is drawing parallels between Bored Ape Yacht Club and these guys, just as far as the style goes. Clean art, relatable clothing, and the big thing here as well is their slogan that they really play off is everything's going to be okay, everything's okay. And I think in this market, that's the perfect message as well. We have seen a bit of a retracement here. Just show you on activity. If we just go here, you'll see that, it hit as high as equivalent of 7 Ethereum. Is currently about 5.2 Ethereum. So the equivalent of 7 Ethereum yesterday and the day before. Today, the average price seems to be dropping. But, nothing goes up forever, and it could be finding a support, and then people will wait and see. And then from there, it's anyone's guess where it goes. If the team delivers, then this will continue going up. And if the team disappoints, then this won't continue going up, right? The other thing that's really been amazing on their side is their holders have been incredibly vocal on Twitter. So every time, this is their official Twitter, so they're not retweeting everyone's tweets, but every single time that someone gets wow, that's a really unique bear. I haven't seen that one. That must be really rare. Every time someone buys a bear, they tweet and the whole community retweets. Look how cool that is. It's a really, really lacquer. I mean, I love the art. I really do. Legitimately, really, really like the art. So these guys have successfully made waves in the Ethereum space. I do think it's important for us not to romanticize Solana just because of this. Yes, I do think that this is a good project with good potential, and we're going to look at their roadmap and everything shortly. You can see here, huge following, 136,000. So I do think that this particular project has got good potential. Obviously, risky as always, and do your own research. But Solana, in and of itself, is not perfect. The benefits of Solana is that the gas is non-existent pretty much, and anyone who trades on Ethereum knows how much they pay in gas and how much that accumulates as you keep paying and paying and paying. So Solana, that's a huge benefit, is that the gas fees are tiny to the point that they're almost non-existent, especially if you're coming from an Ethereum gas side. You won't believe it. Also, the Solana transactions are pretty quick, are very quick. And the entry price in general, just jumping out of OK Bears, the entry price in general on these projects is a lot more reasonable than the entry price on new Ethereum projects. So that's really, really positive. Here you see that reptilian one that we saw on the chart, right? And you can see here their current floor price is 20 Sol. So what's that? I think about $1,000, if I'm not mistaken. So a lot cheaper. But I don't want us to romanticize it. There's a lot more rug pulls out there on Solana, and Ethereum has its fair amount. And on top of that, on the Sol side, the tools that we look at, like IC tools, and they aren't that developed yet on the Solana side, on Magic Eden, finding upcoming drops and tools and things like that. But that will come. So yeah, definitely great to see a project getting Solana in the spotlight. Everyone's saying Solana summer. I don't know so much about that, but definitely I'm interested in OK Bears. I'm taking a wait and see approach at the moment. And I want to see where it goes, but it definitely has done incredibly well in this particular market. So if we jump onto the website, it says a place to fit in, a place to stand out, which in and of itself is great, almost like everyone is welcome. The OK Bears is a culture shift, an extraordinary brand built by ordinary people in a polar world of winners and losers, heroes and villains, artists and builders. The middle ground has been left barren. That very ground lays the foundations of the park, where it's okay to be okay. An immaculate collection of 10,000 diverse bears that grant you exclusive access to the park, where together we build a virtuous community that will transcend the internet into the real world. Through meaningful member-only merch drops, outdoor campaigns, exclusive live events and collaborations with indie business and world-renowned brands, we create a community-centric, globally recognized brand that is a force for good. Together, we are okay. So I think that's really nice message. If we have a look here on the team side of things, I did jump onto their socials. Their socials are pictures of their bears, so I don't think that they are fully doxed at this point, which is something to be aware of. But here on their website, which is okbears.com, you can see the team and just read a little bit about their background over here. So you can see here, it does look like a decent sized team. Got 12 people shown on the website, but only socials for the two co-founders. Sorry, and then if we just jump on to show you what I'm saying. So here, Kais joined November 2021. And again, there's not personal information here. It's all about OK Bears. And Subby was a bit earlier. What's that? April 2021. And again, here, not nothing that's like personal pictures or things like that. So yeah, I think at this stage, not doxed. Do like how when you mouse over, they move. It's pretty cool. All right. And then build with us. Our brand is built by the community. You've got links to their websites, Twitter, and Discord. But if we go to Blueprint, which is their roadmap, you'll see they're doing this whole sort of theme of the park, which they spoke about in their intro. So let's start there. And it says, at the core of OK Bears is a digital space built in the middle ground of the metaverse, where it's okay to be okay. A delightful Discord channel. A Discord with no OGs, no kings, no peasants. So everyone's equal, almost like, what was that farm book? Everyone's equal, but some people are more equal than others. I'm sure you guys know what I mean. Gallery, championing artists in the NFT space. OK Bears Gallery, the place to marvel at. So they're going to have some sort of physical gallery, I would imagine, maybe a virtual one. Curated fan art display and in real life pop-up exhibitions. Platform, a series of initiatives championing through leadership and innovation across the Solana blockchain and its leading communities. And they want to do keynotes, conferences, and meetups, community grants, and copyright licensing. So yeah, and then we go to the boutique over here. Here they're saying merch. I know they wanted to give the community wristbands that say we're okay, which I actually think is quite cool. But I mean, it's not enough, and everyone freaked out. And then they said, "No, listen, we're also doing like hoodies and things like that, but we don't want to give you just anything. We want it to feel like a bear hug, and we're really getting the best merch we can," which I think is great. I think, you know what, do things properly, even if you have to delay it slightly. Limited edition collectibles, so concept art prints and 3D crafts, and they want to also possibly do fashion brands. You can see collaborations with different fashion brands, which I actually think is quite interesting because the artwork definitely does lead itself to doing collabs with fashion brands very, very nicely. And we're seeing that actually now with Invisible Friends. They've partnered with Keith, a fashion brand. And yeah, I mean, because also the person's invisible, it allows the fashion to stand out. Let me have a look here. Workshop will continue to grow the OK Bears brand together with a combination of authentic grassroots community engagement and public awareness projects, including outdoor advertising and corporate social responsibility. So they want to do online community activations, real world outdoor marketing campaigns, and one-of-one CSR auctions. Also, really like on the website that they've got progress bars that they keep updating. I think that's really cool. And they've actually, they started on a lot of the stuff. Remember, it is an early project, so you do need to give them a chance to build. So Studio is to gain priority access to future collections, art, community, lo-fi, and an endless stream of vibes. Future NFT drops. So yeah, they wouldn't have a channel unless they had something planned. Community lo-fi mixtapes. So we're putting together a curated collection of lo-fi albums made by the community and published on Spotify, which is also quite cool and different. I mean, none of these in and of themselves are like, wow. But when you put it all together, you start to see that they really do value community building, and that sort of thing. And yeah, I mean, there's a lot on the go here. Regular concept art wallpaper drops, again, not massive on its own. And then bear market. So that's currently on Magic Eden. But what they want to do is they want to make their own bear market on Magic Eden, which is also interesting. And I know that they do have a good relationship with Magic Eden, because anytime I've been seeing sort of copycat collections on Magic Eden, they get taken down very quickly, which is very positive. Token gated e-commerce and Shopify. So holder only access to merch through seamless integration with Shopify, and in real life OK Bear pop-up stores. So yeah, I mean, that's a good overview of OK Bears. I'll tell you honestly, I mean, it's been quite tempting to pull the trigger here a few times, and I'm holding myself back. Because I do think with the market as it is, and as you know, we've all got short-term memory problems in this space. As something else comes out, not necessarily on Solana, but as something else happens, you know, these might be able to be picked up at a lower price, and that's what I'm waiting for. But yeah, I mean, I like them, and I think that there's a chance that these guys could do very, very, very well. I mean, they've already done very well, but I do think there's a chance that they could do very well. You can see here the ETH price currently is 5.5 ETH, so definitely not cheap, but yeah, one that you have to have on your radar for sure. So that is OK Bears.